So this is as pure a mini band exercise as it gets, NT-Loop mini lateral shuffle. Now, I want to cover a couple things that, even though this is very commonly done, it's also very commonly done wrong or commonly misunderstood. I have a specific reason why, in this context, I have my legs straight instead of bent, and I have the bands around my ankles instead of around my knees. In general, if my legs are straight, I'll have the band around my ankles, and that way it gives me much more range of motion to work through. If I'm doing a bent leg version, which we have in here as well, in this sequence as well, then I'll have the band around the knees because it gives me something to push against. Plus, it changes what my hip abductors, some people call it your upper glutes, your glute medius, are having to do, whether my hips are straight or hips are flexed. We're going to do both. Now, so there's a reason why they all go together. Now, general form with this, even though it's a standard exercise, make sure you do it right. I want to keep feet pointed straight. Don't let your feet turn out. I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing, but it's going to change the muscular recruitment. If you want to get the most of your upper glute or your glute medius, you want to keep your feet straight or even feet slightly turned in will do the trick. And there is a little bit of research to back that up on sideline hip abductions, toe position, but it carries over this. Don't waddle. So I don't want to see any of this stuff. All right, look, shoulders stay square over the hips. And this is a big one. I don't know why people constantly do this wrong. You always want tension on the bands. Just because you can move your feet together like this doesn't mean you're having any productive range of motion here. Look, there's no tension on the bands. So look, always tension on the bands, and then step as far as you can while always keeping your feet coming back to that position where you have tension, but always step as far as you can without waddling. So I always tell people, it's like pretend that you had like a bucket of water. You're not going to spill any water while you do this. Now, in regards to space that you have, you can go 1, 2 steps left, 1, 2 steps right. You can go 1 step left, 1 step right. You can go 4 steps left, 4 steps right. If you're going to do 20 reps per side, you can do in increments of 1 per side, 2 per side. I like to do no more than about 5 per side. If I have plenty of space to work with, let's say you're out, in a parking lot or field, I do not like to do all 20 reps or 10 reps in one direction and all 10 reps in the other, because even when you're moving in one direction, this side is still working to control it on the way back. So I do like to distribute the fatigue a little bit more evenly by doing no more than 5 reps in one direction, 5 reps in the other. If I wanted a total of 20 reps per side, that would be 4 laps of 5.